I feel like everyone goes through this realization out of nowhere, usually after trying everything they could, after trying to be liked by everyone, trying to please other people. And that sobering thought is that you can't change other people. Not how they perceive you, not how they interpret your intentions, not the version of you they've already decided on in their head. For a long time, I didn't want to believe that. I thought if I just tried harder, if I was just more patient, more understanding, more giving, more careful with my words, then eventually people would get me. Eventually they would understand me from all the different angles and perspectives that I wanted to be perceived in. But I realized that's not how it works. People don't see you as you are, they see you through who they are. Their experiences, their wounds, their insecurities, their projections, they can all meet you as far as they've met themselves. You could be the most genuine version of yourself and still be misunderstood. You could show up with nothing but good intentions and still be judged. And that honestly used to mess with me a lot. Like I used to replay all the conversations in my head. Maybe I should have said things in this way, maybe I should have understood them more. Maybe I should have just sacrificed my dignity and just lower my value in order to meet them where they're at. It makes everything easier, it doesn't make me feel bad. I always questioned myself a lot in that way. I wondered if I said too much or not enough. I always wondered if I came off wrong, if I was just too quiet, too distant, too emotional, too serious. I was constantly editing myself after the fact, trying to reverse engineer how someone else might have perceived me. And the most exhausting part was that no matter how much I adjusted, it never guaranteed anything. It never guaranteed that people would actually get me. It never guaranteed all the hard works that I've put in would actually pay off. Because at the end of the day, you can't really control someone else's perception of you. When you think about it, everyone is so different. Each person has such different personality and values about life. You don't know what kind of environments they grew up in. You don't know what kind of family members they have, what kind of friends they like to hang out with, the family traditions that shape them who they are, their parents' values that trickle down. And that way, everyone's sort of on a different page. You can't expect them to really understand you the way you want to be understood. Yet we still have this expectation. We have this hope that if we just tried a little bit harder, then we'd be able to satisfy them. So in return, they would like us back and actually accept us into their group. But that's not really how it works. You can't force someone to understand you. You can't make someone value you. And you can't convince someone to see your value if they've already decided not to. And once I accepted that, I think I realized how much energy that I had been wasting all this time. I'm not talking about this energy that I poured into people. I don't regret it at all. But I'm talking about all those overthinking, all those unnecessary thoughts, all those blamings that I did to myself that I didn't really need it to. All those times when I try to manage the versions of myself in other people's minds. That's not really living, that's just being performative. The truth is, the moment you start shrinking and just reshaping yourself to be more acceptable, you lose something that's far more important than their approval, which is yourself. You lose yourself. And being in that state just slowly eats away at you. You stop appreciating yourself, you stop having self-respect, you drain your energy, you lose all the peace that you had for yourself. And seeing it in the long term, that's not really good for you. But the moment you accept that there are things that you can't control, you'll start feeling so much freedom in letting go of that anxiety. There's something incredibly freeing about saying things like, this is who I am, I'm done over explaining my existence, take it or leave it. Not in a bitter way or in this state of anger, but in a more peaceful and grounded way. Being unapologetically yourself doesn't mean that you're being careless. It doesn't mean that you're being dismissive or cruel. It means that you're being honest with yourself and you're no longer negotiating your personality for comfort. You don't have to be liked by everyone. You don't need to be understood by everyone. You just need to be real. You just need to be yourself. You just need to be authentic, genuine, and the most original version of yourself and not be ashamed of it. And I feel like that's when life feels much lighter. So don't try to change people because you can't. The only thing that you can control is how you respond, how you're going about the situation, how you're going to respond to certain judgments from other people. Those are the only things that you can control. And I think that version of you is the one that's worth protecting, the one that really deserves your time and energy, because the only relationship you truly can't escape is the one that you have with yourself. So be kind to yourself, be honest, be unapologetically you. Don't worry about what other people think and all the distractions out there, because people who are meant for you will recognize it without you having to explain everything. People who refuse to understand you, even if you tried everything, even if you explored all the other options out there, they were never yours to change. Don't even bother. Just let them. Thanks for watching the video.